staff member at Roseville High School is put on paid administrative leave for allegations of professional misconduct at this Christian school right behind me. That's now under investigation by Detroit police.
Our students are much more talented than those numbers.
We're taking a closer look at scores for reading in Detroit public schools. We talked to Superintendent Dr. Nikolai Vitti. It's coming up.
I think we need more answers. They need to be more regulated, and we need to empower local law enforcement to know what those drones are.
Congresswoman Debbie Dingell weighing in on those mysterious drone sightings, what she and other lawmakers are doing right now to get to the bottom of it. That's just ahead.
Working for you. Fox 2 News at 5 starts now.
A staff member at Roseville Community Schools is put on leave amid some disturbing allegations of abuse. Good evening, everybody. I'm Roop.
And I'm Taryn Asher. It's an ongoing investigation that involves a different school district and has some families shocked tonight. Fox 2's Ingrid Kelly with the details.
Roseville Community Schools sending out this letter informing its school community that a member of its staff has been placed on paid administrative leave. The bold move comes after a social media post went viral about the employee's past when he was employed at this school in Detroit, Westside Christian Academy.
Very disturbing for me to hear that.
The alleged victim provides horrific details of the alleged abuse that dates back to 2016 and is too graphic to detail on TV. Families at this Christian school are shocked.
This is new to me. My granddaughter goes here.
Fox 2 reached out to Detroit police about the allegations, and a spokesperson says the Detroit Police Department was contacted by Roseville Police. We opened the case and are investigating and doing due diligence now. Fox 2 also spoke to officials at this Christian academy. They say the person in question left their staff when they closed their high school in 2019. They also say they are investigating and released a statement which reads in part, "Please understand that no determination of wrongdoing has been made. We are simply investigating the allegations to understand what has occurred." So far, the investigation at Roseville High School has not led to any professional misconduct allegations during the staff member's tenure at the high school. The Macomb County prosecutor is not involved in this case, but he makes it clear you're innocent until proven guilty. He also spoke out on putting a staff member on paid administrative leave.
As administrative leave is the safest for not only the school and the students that are in the school, but also keeps the parents at ease.
There's also a benefit for the accused.
Gives him a chance to prove his innocence on allegations that are from Wayne County.
But as the investigation unfolds, families of children currently attending Westside Christian Academy are sticking by the school.
What I've seen, all the people are very professional. They conduct themselves in a professional manner.
In Detroit, Ingrid Kelly, Fox 2 News.
Well, dozens of sexual assault survivors and family members gathered at the state capitol today to push for justice.
They're calling on state lawmakers to pass a package of bills aimed at pursuing justice and holding organizations accountable. The legislation would give survivors a clear path to civil action while maintaining the burden of proof and establish a cap of $1.5 million per incident that could go back to survivors.
Survivors deserve more than just acknowledgement. We deserve justice.
It has taken a lifetime to get to this point. Michigan is on the edge of passing real reforms that will help thousands of survivors.
House lawmakers have to pass the legislation before it can head to Governor Whitmer's desk. We'll take a closer look at this potential impact. That's tonight at 6.
Well, Detroit police have someone in custody following this shooting that shut down the Southfield Freeway for hours. The road rage incident happening just before 9 o'clock this morning near Schoolcraft. Police say the 33-year-old man who was allegedly targeted was driving northbound when his car became riddled with bullets. Now, thankfully, no one, including that driver, was hurt. We're told tips from witnesses led police to the suspect's vehicle, where they also found a gun. We'll let you know if that person faces any charges. Well, police tonight also investigating an early morning smash and grab on Detroit's west side.
The Jazz Cannabis Club on Telegraph and McNichols was the target. The suspects slamming a U-Haul truck right into the building. They didn't get away with anything, but there's now a giant hole in the wall. The owner telling us this is the second time in recent months thieves have hit his dispensary.
It's pretty frustrating. We're all, trying to make it. The economy's pretty rough right now. People are trying to make ends meet. And for us to sustain this kind of damage really hurts the small business owners. There is no insurance coverage for this type of business.
So far, no arrests have been made.
All new at 5, recent test scores show Detroit Public School students are reading at a lower level compared to their peers across the state.
Yeah, this is pretty shocking. We're told some students are reading 3 grades behind. Fox 2's Hillary Golston is now joining us live in studio to break down these numbers. And, what are they blaming this on?
Yeah, it's multifaceted, right? It's very hard to say that you can point to one single factor. It's too complicated to say that one thing is the issue. But, of course, a lot of numbers here to unpack. So stick with me. They're arguably the most important numbers that dictate the future of young people in Detroit. The latest state data we have indicates 15.9% of kids in public schools in Detroit, grades 3 through 8, were proficient in English language arts, which is up about 1.3% from the year before, but well below the average for the state of roughly 44% proficiency.
They're not really into the books like that. I don't know why. I don't know. I just think the schools need to make it more exciting.
The why kids in public schools in Detroit are testing well below state averages. The answer isn't fully known and the solution multifaceted, but we do know.
Our students are much more talented than those numbers.
The truth is there's been overall progress, but some grade levels have fallen behind, namely 3rd grade. In reading proficiency, there's been a slight decline by just under a percentage point over a year's time to 11.7%. That's 11.7% of 3rd graders reading at or above grade level. Sounds like a crisis.
Yeah.
A crisis.
Yeah.
What can be done to deal with that, and especially those students who may have had some retrogression during the pandemic, because we did see with 3rd graders reading levels fall?
Yeah, actually what we should be doing is what we are doing. DPSCD has shown more improvement in grade level performance being at and above grade level than the state of Michigan, and better than 80% of large urban school districts.
The district undertook a multi-year plan to improve reading, changing the curriculum, hiring more people with college degrees to work with students one-on-one, more after-school and summer programs. Absenteeism and truancy, getting kids to class, is a big factor here. As you might expect, they score 3 to 5 times better on tests when they miss less school.
So that also tells us that our teachers and our schools are generally doing the right thing. We just have to have kids show up more regularly.
The district got a huge infusion of cash to bolster literacy education, more than $90 million from a right to read settlement. Plus, the after-school paid literacy tutoring program is adding a little bit of a bonus as well. Here's school board member Sherry Gay-Danyogo.
I think when we show that interest and celebrate them, we're going to see the needle move even further with proficiency in reading.
So as I mentioned right there at the outset, this is incredibly multifaceted. There are so many factors that go into why it is that children in DPSCD aren't performing at the same level as peers across the state. Now, when we look at the state numbers, of course, they also aren't exactly what we would like to see. So this is something I think that we need to tackle as a broader issue in the state of Michigan, certainly in DPSCD, which, as I mentioned, has fallen behind the mark. But they're doing a lot of things, trying to get kids in the classroom, trying to address all of the socioeconomic factors that go into the results that we see.
Because it does impact funding as well for the test scores in the long run, and whether people want to move to the city to attend the schools if they have, good results. So it really, like you said, so much to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for a lot of parents, when they see this kind of data, they have to be concerned about it, obviously. But what the district is saying is that we're also seeing students who are coming into school already behind.
Sure.
So they're dealing with that as well when kids are coming in 1st grade, maybe below what the state averages are. are. So these are some of the things that I think people don't think about when they're addressing this problem or considering, considering this problem. And then, of course, whatever happens at home obviously affects what happens in the classroom. So you have to take that into consideration.
Staying at home and not showing up at school, those truancy numbers are concerning and obviously contribute greatly, as you mentioned, to the problem. So let's hope that things get better over there.
Yeah, truancy and absenteeism.
And
both of those. Yeah.
Thank you, Hillary.
We're talking about a cloudy day today. We had some light snow showers, some sprinkles around. It really didn't amount to very much. Some of the roadways did turn wet, but you can see not a whole lot back to our west. A few flurries out there. You can see where most of the action is now through Pennsylvania and New York State. Take a look at the numbers. 35 for us, 34 in Lansing. It is a bit cooler up around Ludington. They're at 31 degrees. It is snowy for Petoskey right now. Very wintry there with numbers near 30 degrees. We're going to head down to 27. A couple of flurries likely. Now, most of your Thursday is going to be quiet, but Thursday night into Friday, a new round of snow comes, bringing 1 to 2 inches. So Friday morning is going to be wintry to start the day, colder for the weekend ahead, and then temperatures down the road for Christmas are going to top out near 40 degrees. So we will see a bit of snow Friday morning. It will likely stick around into Christmas, and that means White Christmas is in the forecast. Roop and Taryn, we're going to give you a full check of the 7-day coming up in 10.
White Christmas is hard to come by.
That's good.
News.
That'll be exciting. Thank you. All new at 5, the Federal Reserve cuts its key interest rate by 1/4 point. It's the 3rd cut this year, but because of inflation, the agency says Americans can expect them to reduce rates more slowly next year. A deeper look at what this means for those with loans and credit cards coming up later this hour.
But Wall Street, well, that was quite a reaction to the announcement today. Stocks fell to their 2nd worst drop of the year. The Dow tumbled more than 1,100 points. The Nasdaq dropped 716, and the S&P 500 lost 163 points.
Well, a really big story today. Developments in the House Ethics Committee's investigation into Matt Gaetz.
Yes, after initially voting to keep a report on the former congressman a secret, committee members have now decided to release their report. Gaetz has faced accusations of drug use and sexual misconduct, but has never been charged. Last month, he dropped his bid to be President-elect Trump's Attorney General when it looked like senators would vote him down. Gaetz, who has denied any criminal wrongdoing, is expected to start a new gig as a cable news host next month. Well, now to those mysterious drone sightings that's happening in New Jersey and beyond. Some Michigan residents have also reported seeing them.
And it has them pretty concerned. I spoke with Congresswoman Debbie Dingell about that and the fact that some people think the government is hiding something. Here's some of what she had to say.
I want to believe that the Department of Defense, Homeland Security, and the White House are monitoring this. And if there was a danger, they would be telling us. But we need more answers. The ambiguous answers that we are all getting in all of our areas is not satisfactory.
Congresswoman Dingell added that while she doesn't believe there's a danger, she's very concerned about potential data collection. We'll have more on this conversation tonight on The Pulse at 11:30.
Meantime, the feds say they're doing more to reassure people there's no major threat.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson with the details.
Nothing nefarious, apparently, but they're checking it all out.
President Biden says the public doesn't need to worry about all those drone sightings over New York and New Jersey. Weeks into the mystery, the FBI and Homeland Security Department are stepping up, deploying drone detection technology and infrared cameras to investigate the sightings. But so far, the president says there's no sense of danger and no credible threats.
There's a lot of drones authorized up there. I think one started and they all got it. Everybody wanted to get in the deal. But we're following it closely.
On Tuesday, defense officials gave lawmakers a classified briefing on the drones. Many left saying they were satisfied there are no threats to public safety. But some of those drones have been flying near military bases, and the Pentagon admitted some of them could be spying.
Is it possible that some of those are surveilling? Absolutely. But can you make that assumption in every case? Not necessarily.
It's also still not clear how many of the sightings were actually drones. It can be difficult to distinguish commercial aircraft from drones and helicopters, especially at night. And most experts say if you're confused, just look at how the aircraft is flying.
Manned aircraft maneuver smoothly. Drones don't have to. So that kind of motion can give you a clue that you're looking at a drone, not an aircraft.
The Biden administration says it's considering sending advanced drone tracking systems to U.S. military bases across the country. At the White House, Lucas Tomlinson, Fox News.